The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Welcome to the show. Tuesday. We want to hear from you. Call us 888-855-2297. You are looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star, Frisco, Texas, where it is 81 degrees and windy. The high is 85. The low is 72.
He is Nate. This is Shannon. This is my boy, Kurt 3 Pumps Daniels. In the back, we got my boy, Chris, keeping us live and local. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. Together, we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of the Braille people. D's. Me when we speak.
Wow. Brought to you each and every day by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Don't butcher their tagline, boys.
Yes,
sir. We get in trouble for those things.
You can go to Wingstop and get
These
flavors.
These flavors. Hot flavors.
Y'all good?
We good, man. We good. How we start the show, man?
What do you mean how we start the show?
Because
We already
this
started.
Mike Leslie dude, man, I have never seen him. Do you have a picture of him?
You've seen him.
I've never seen Mike Leslie. I mean, he's popping up everywhere,
the
man.
last show, giving him all this. Now you're.
I'm just excited that he. Can I go say something about somebody and get some bigger X? And always text Jess at Mr. Forth and Long.
No, do not text. Do not tweet me.
Nate out
Leave me
here.
out of this.
Nate out here wanting to troll some people.
Okay, I know what troll means.
You know
I know
what
what
troll,
troll
you know
means.
what troll means now.
Oh, boy, how can I be so backwards? But it's asinine. 10 and 11.
Yeah.
Was that asinine that Mr. Leslie did that?
It was after 7. It was after 7.
Will he show up on y'all show, Jesse, soon?
I was told that I can't talk about my show on the show. So you ain't gonna get me in trouble.
I'm just saying,
You
these
ain't gonna get me in
media
trouble.
outlets,
Yeah.
you think he will make?
Maybe.
Okay.
Jesse, blink once if you mean yes.
He may be on my show this week. He may check around Thursday-ish. You might find him.
Are you going to miss soon, Kurt?
Oh,
So we can bring in Mr. Leslie?
You're not gonna kick my boy off? Are y'all gonna miss him?
I miss Friday so Mr. Leslie can come in. I ain't going to come in Friday. Mark him in.
You really not coming in Friday?
Well, I'm on Mr. Leslie to come on.
No, not coming on.
no.
Are you computerizing him?
No.
It's called a computer component.
He's actually coming on our show because we have a partnership with WFAA. So we do yeah. Our show is actually going to be
I like that.
in about a week or so. We're going to be live
Yes,
on
sir.
WFAA.
But
so.
now you can't wear a hat
really?
tomorrow.
You're
That
right.
means that what you said back long ago.
Listen, you see my face? I just
You got to tighten up.
But I've been working, man.
You've been letting it go.
Man, I've been working, bro. I've been
Sound like your mom and dad and I. I've been working.
I've been working,
I'm
man.
tired.
Listen, I'm like the kid from the Colts, man. I'm tired,
You
man.
tapping out, dog?
I'm tired, bro. I did 5 shows yesterday.
To be honest with you, I was tired.
I was tired. I will be honest with y'all. I was tired.
I was tired. Can you do that, Kurt?
And you see what
so long
you see
to-
what happened though, right?
What's that?
The coach said, you tired? No problem.
Here's
Yeah.
the bench.
Come sit over here with us.
Yeah.
We going with Joe Flacco going forward. They benched him.
Bruh, and I'm talking about, bruh, that was the right thing to do. This kid should never.
Yeah.
Why you don't protect these young quarterbacks that you see are not ready? I understand this kid at Washington. He seems to be a little bit closer to being ready. But how did they ever think this kid went from a second-day draft pick, ran a 4-0 40, jumped out of the gym?
He was a first-round pick. He was the second.
Go back to his pre-draft stats. His pre-draft.
Oh, the pre-draft. Okay,
yes.
when he
Go
was
back
projected.
to pre-draft. He was projected a second-day pick, and not up high. He went and impressed in that in the combine, and the owner caught wind of it. I need him, and all of a sudden he's like, he's not ready. He starts. What else you gonna say? Another same thing that happened with the kid, and with the Bama kid going to the Panthers. That coach did not want this player. He wanted the kid in Houston. And not only do I want him, he starts. 5 games in, the head coach fired. Okay. Whatever, bro. Let the right people put the right people in place, man. But anyway, back to Mr. Leslie.
Who's putting the right people in place here? Speak on it.
You talking about, give me the situation and who we're talking about.
Who's picking the players and putting them in the right situation?
Running backs. How about that?
What running back? We have a non-existent running back because the play caller don't want to run.
Who left that roster spot empty then?
What roster spot?
The running back position.
I'm missing something here, fellas. I am.
Who's responsible for the roster building on the Dallas Cowboys?
Oh, that's a team thing. They've always said it. Every coach from Jason Garrett, your guy. It's a team. It's a gathering. They take a vote on who should be here and not be here.
You know what, Nate?
Because if it was my vote, we'd have had Gibbs, that guy that's running for Detroit. We'd have had him in the draft. The draft show didn't talk about him. All these great drafters, y'all didn't get the right guy. You should have got Gibbs. Do I feel like I'm talking too much there? So I'm making this about me.
He may not know what trolling means, but he sure as hell knows how to do it.
He know how to do it.
I'm just saying. If I was the GM, which I'm not, Will McClay, Mr. Jones, Mr. Stephen Jones, they are the GMs. I would right now be saying, man, I got to get a better offensive line because my man Gibbs, I know, can run this ball. Not the kid in Atlanta. Everybody want the kid in Atlanta. The kid in Atlanta, Bijan Robinson, who going to come in here and probably run for Bijan Robinson. Y'all, hey, man, don't get me. Do we have a show today?
Now, listen, this is
You are the show.
You are the show. You are the show.
But let me ask y'all this then. And I want your true opinion.
I'm tired.
No. That's why I know I'm going to get the true opinion from you. I'm coming to you last. Kurt,
Yes, sir.
right now, what is the biggest thing that you would do to this team? Just one big thing that you would do for this team right now if you could or try to accomplish.
Hit the start over button.
Yeah.
No, just let him go. Let him
Just
go.
magically make everybody healthy that they got, because I mean, there's not one thing that's going to fix this, I don't think.
Right.
They probably need help on one of the lines, offense or defense.
Wow.
But-
That's your thing. You fix one of the lines.
Yeah, I mean, even that, I don't know if it's going to help. But.
You, my brother, my man.
I don't think you.
What's the-
There isn't one thing.
Okay.
I don't think you have. I think this one thing started 8 months ago.
Right.
And I think you misevaluate. Either one of two things is happening. Either this is not a soft reboot.
Right.
This is a hardcore reboot, and you knew that coming into the season,
Yes,
and
you
you
did.
marketed it as a soft rebuild
Right.
or whatever you want to call it. Or you just grossly misevaluated the guys that you have, because I don't think, even if you had this grand scheme and you had this, genius coach, and I don't think right now at this point, what are we, 8 games in to the season?
The 8 games this
that
coming
you
year.
have the personnel to do the things that you would want to do and make that big of a difference. I think the one thing that you could have done was 10 months ago.
Wake up, Jesse.
But
Give us your opinion.
Don't we? This just seems like part of the plan, though. I don't think these guys.
That's
are-
what I said.
I don't think we're wrong. On
I
the
think it's
roster.
by design.
Yeah.
I think it's, you have to market it a certain way because, I don't think around here you would never say we're rebuilding the team, right? You would say that's a soft rebuild, which that's been said, right? So.
This is the most we've ever got out of these two going across
Because
the
y'all
table.
actually asked us something for once. And it happens to be on the day that he's more talkative than he's ever been on the show.
Hey, go
We
on,
actually
Jay.
got to
Go on.
all speak.
Yeah,
For
come on,
me,
Jay.
it's I start the hypnosis process and Mr. Jones, and I'm looking at him and I'm going, Ben Johnson, Bobby Slowik,
Right.
your new head coaches. That's what I'm doing.
Hey, do that one more time. That was sweet, man. That was sweet.
Ben Johnson, Bobby Slowey.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Your new head coach.
Yeah, I think you got him.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's hire him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, Chris, if I couldn't say those names because they're on the contract on the team. But
So the head coach is where you would start?
yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
if you're not going to properly give me talent, then I'm going to need a supreme coach that's going to be able to elevate this talent to do things.
Do you think?
Hold on. You let me lead.
Oh,
let me lead.
shows to the show
So
today.
this
I
goes
like it.
straight to what
Did I set you up? Did I set you up for your next point?
what Trayvon Diggs said about the other coach setting up his team and giving them the right adjustments. Do you think this coaching staff can bring the proper adjustments now that we really know who this team is? They have no identity. They're trying to build one.
You heard one of your players say it. Trayvon Diggs, when Micah asked him about it, he said,
Right.
what happened?
This was on Micah's podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He said, what happened? And Trayvon said, man, we had a good scheme coming in. We thought everything was going well. And then you could tell as he got into what he was saying, he kind of was like, oh, snap.
I said
and he's like, man, they came out at halftime and they made some adjustments. And he went on and he said coaching. And he said something else and he said coaching again.
Right.
Then he went on and said something else about we don't have enough players. And he basically talked about their coaches went in at halftime, made the adjustment, and our coaches didn't. And with us having our guys down, they have some guys down. They had guys that executed their scheme more than what we had planned and didn't really make changes to. I'm paraphrasing, but that was a long
Basically
term.
what he said.
He was, listen, I heard the bus back up on the coaches when he was talking. But yeah, and to answer your question, no.
Wow.
No, we don't have the coaches on this staff that I feel that make those proper adjustments. Mike McCarthy had.
So you don't think these coaches can make those adjustments?
I haven't seen these coaches make that. Mike McCarthy in his press conference yesterday, they had the week of the bye. They had the week of practice after the bye. And one of the things he said that was concerning about that game was that they had the miscommunication in the first quarter.
On the first drive.
First drive.
How's that happen?
You've had 2 weeks. The first drive, these are scripted plays.
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all did it, but when we were doing it, we went over these. Like we practiced them. Once coach decided this was going to be the first 15, we walked through these plays. Whether it be on the practice field, in the hotel, and especially for the night game, you had that morning meeting. You had a morning meeting. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all walked through this. Y'all went out in the little lobby area or on the floor or in the meeting room, and you walked through these things. Then you did it again with your position coach. You walked through these things. And in the first drive, you got 3 communication errors. And how long have we been hearing this?
What are they? When you're saying communication errors, is that like the line not figuring it out, or getting the message to the receivers? I mean, what do you think is that? Like,
a lot of it had to do with the line up front.
The quarterback. Okay.
A lot of it had to do with the line up front.
To the point, I remember one time we was having a walkthrough, and it almost cost us. And I was jacking around and supposed to come down on a safety, and Charlie Williams, I remember, kind of pushed me back, and Troy hit his hand. But they kept it a secret. And I didn't, and they kept it kind of from everybody. And I did that twice. I remember where I was jacking around, and each time it cost us. It cost us Troy. We lost that game, and then one time it cost a sack. And then I think Coach Turner had enough, and then so he called me out in front of the team, like if Nate will quit,
Yeah.
When we trying to do our walkthroughs, our first 15, maybe we can get things going. And boy, just the whole team looked at me like, yeah. And Troy, I look back at Troy, and Troy like, that finger's still crooked to this day. And so, Coach, you need to do something. You need to call somebody out. You need to put somebody on Front Street. You need to put somebody on the bench.
Come on. Public shaming. I
man, you
keep
need to
calling
do
for this public shaming thing. Y'all keep saying I'm being mean.
Because I'm telling you, I said it 4 weeks ago, and I'm saying it again today. You all watch Dak. He is the one going to pay for all of this. Yeah. The bad offensive line play, not being able to run the ball, missing on wide receivers. Now he forcing things. Look at one of those interceptions. They almost broke his ribs. And now come to find out he played the rest of the game from that hit or that interception with his ribs just, not broke, but just in pain. Come on, fellas.
Coach McCarthy said it as well in his press conference. He talked about that. They noticed that Dak has begun getting hit more than he's ever been hit. And they don't necessarily it doesn't necessarily have to equate in sacks. But if every time he's throwing the ball, as the ball is getting away, and defensive and defenders are taught that. Like the guys are saying, if you get close enough
in the play,
give him a little something.
Yeah.
Don't just run by him. You know what I'm saying? Make him feel like we're laughing about it, but you're coached that. On special teams, hey, he called a fair catch. Cool, bump him.
The rule states
you just want him to always be like, they always near me. They're always around me.
If you take one step, and as long as it ain't in the chest, the face area, you can hit this quarterback. So what they telling you is from the lower chest, all of this is open. And you just watch guys continue to shove Dak the whole game. Then the interception, they leveled him. And I'm telling
he's not young.
I said
anymore.
it 4 games ago. If they don't, Jess, I know you don't want to hit running into the brick wall theory, but if they don't run into the brick wall a little bit more, this $60 million, you can rack it up. It's going to be a loss. You can just write it off. I know Cleveland don't want to write off their $200 million. I know Jared don't want to write off his $60 million. But you can write it off if he keep getting hit, bro. He going to have a terrible year.
Do you think – we got to go to break, but Jesse, do you think if you had let's say, the best coach in the world right now with the talent you have on this team, you think it would make a huge difference?
Yep.
Ooh. Next.
Let's take our first break.
Next.
When we come
There's
back,
examples of it.
Next.
phone calls.
Yeah. Oh, no, we got to see what Jesse say.
You said phone calls yesterday.
You did.
I want to hear what you got to say.
Okay, Jesse's point.
No, you said
I want to hear what you got
Hanging
to
with the boys.
say.
We'll be right back.
Trying to get rid of Mike.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hanging with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey, Cowboys fans, a 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/cowboys to get started.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. Kurt.
Yes, sir.
Get ready for
Yes.
the ultimate game day experience. Thanks to 7-Eleven, you can win a VIP experience to the Cowboys versus Bengals showdown on December the 9th. Just text Cowboys VIP to 711-711 for your chance to win premium club tickets, sideline passes, travel, and more. Don't miss out. Enter now. No purchase necessary. Ends on 11/20. Must be 18 or older in the USDC. Void where prohibited. Message and data rates may apply. Visit bit.ly/go711-711 for full details and non-text entry. Here we go.
Good work.
All right, Chris, do we have phone calls?
We got to hear about my man.
You said yesterday, Kurt, don't even
Come
send
on,
nothing
man.
in. We're not even doing no other topics.
He said I just went along with it. He said I just went along with it.
He said it. That's your boy. And you
that's
said
my
it.
boy. Let's go phone calls.
Yeah.
Who we got?
Jesse didn't want to dog the coach. Thank you,
guys want a
Jesse.
phone call?
Yes.
All right, we got Johnny in El Paso.
Johnny,
How do you feel today?
Horrible. Been listening to you guys for quite some time now, and you guys do a great show, and I'm pretty lucky to get in because I hear a lot of people try to call in, and they really can't always get in, but I'm happy I did. Only a quick question, and I know, this is something that a lot of Cowboys fans talk around the water cooler, but how many general managers right now in any sport would still have a job after all these years of mediocrity going on and on and on and on? And just want to get your thoughts on that. Now I'll hang up and listen to you what you got to say. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man. Appreciate the phone call.
How many? Only the ones that actually own the team.
Right.
So, one. That's a simple answer. That's a simple answer. Is only the ones that are the general managers that own the football team. Mm-hmm. That is your answer. I don't know how other way to put it. You actually know the answer to your question. Mm-hmm. You asked us the question. I don't know if you wanted us to confirm what you were already thinking, but you know the answer to your question. You know that any other GM in this league that over 30-year span and something that they went through would not be employed. So my answer is one. The only one that has ownership of the team.
Good answer. That's the only answer, right? One answer?
Hey, I'm agreeing with Jesse. I mean, I quit answering that question a long time ago. So they know the answer, but but brother, keep calling in and please keep listening.
And fix that phone next time.
Fix that phone.
I don't know what was going on with that phone. Chris, do we have anybody else?
Yeah, we got Pete. He's in Connecticut.
Pete in Connecticut.
What's up, baby?
How do you feel
today?
Feeling pretty good, guys. Got to take day off because my kid was sick, so that's not bad. About
Now,
as sick as I am with the Cowboys.
Are they sick, or are they Rico sick?
Oh, they're pretty sick.
Okay,
They're pretty sick.
All right. Let's keep them out of school. We don't want that spreading around anywhere.
Yeah, they could probably still get 12 yards on the rush. So.
He gave a D's.
My question is, I don't know if you guys are allowed to talk about it or not, but if you could, before the trade deadline, get one guy from a certain team, who do you think could help us? And when do you guys think Micah's going to be back? Thank you guys so much for taking my call.
Yeah, man, thanks for listening.
Can't talk about other teams.
Right.
Thanks, bud.
Got to stay away from that
positions, maybe.
Yeah.
And my answer, we can't talk about other teams, but my answer would be, we're not in the place to we're not acquiring anybody.
That's the question. I mean, the trade deadline's next week.
Why?
Yeah. Do they need to make a move?
Give up more collateral? It's not going to make a difference.
If this team was in a truly, we're the show to people, right? We are the one show.
The voice of reason.
I am the voice of reason.
Go ahead on.
Show the people, though, right? Yes.
If this team was truly in a position to be Super Bowl contenders, even serious playoff contenders,
or even win the division,
then you would be a buyer at this pace. But when you look at this currently constructed roster, getting back Bland, getting back Tank, getting back Brandon Cooks, getting back Micah, all at some point in time, you're still not one player away.
Yeah.
You're not. You would have to go. You would have to have a free agency type trade deadline, right? With the amount of players that you would have to bring in to have a significant impact. And there are some times when you have to take Jerry for his absolute word. When he paid Dak Prescott, he said,
Yes, repeat it.
he is going to have to do more with less. He ain't moved off that stance. And in, what is this? What we hear?
Here's your less. Go do more.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to give you more money, but you ain't going to have less talent right now. And we got 7 days, 7 days to the deadline. I just don't see it happening.
So what? I mean, the alternative is if we're in a soft rebuild, and obviously everything shows us that they are in a rebuild. Do you sell? Is it time to get more draft picks?
I listen.
Yeah.
I listen, and
Believe me, they are.
And if I listen, and this is not me being, here go Jess with the there's not one player on this roster that I do not listen. Not saying that you have to do it.
I agree.
Not saying that you have to do it.
Yeah.
I'm saying if anybody calls about any player, your $60 million man, your $30 million quarterback, your pending expensive defensive edge rusher, your $97 million cornerback, whoever, your future Hall of Fame right tackle or right guard, one of these young boys. Now, there's nobody that I'm not listening to the conversation about. Again, not saying that you have to do anything, but if the phone rings,
see what the value is.
See what they're talking about.
Yeah. Deontay Johnson from the Panthers just got traded to Baltimore, reports.
You see what happened when the team feel like they got an opportunity to go somewhere? They go and get players that can help them
Chiefs
out.
picked up a guy.
He's their number one receiver. Does he become number one in Baltimore with Zay Flowers there?
I think there's a combo. I think
that's a pretty good combo.
Every good team.
Go ahead.
Every good team has two great receivers now.
Boom.
See, if you want to take a lot of pressure off Dak, and y'all know this is way out of my character, if you really want to take a lot of pressure off Dak, go get a horse on that outside opposite CD and see how this team change. I'm serious.
You want
go get you a horse.
You want that run game to be doing better than 2.7 yards a carry?
Go get you an come on, man. You see how Tariq Hill was crying? I know you had a concussion, my brother, but you got to come back so me and my boy on the other side can eat. You saw what happened to Philadelphia when they two horses came back on the outside.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, so Barkley is exceptional. So he was running nice, but when them two boys came on that outside, you can't do nothing now. But
when did they get Barkley?
This year. This past offseason.
This year.
The only person crying was Jones.
He might be the one guy in the league that could actually
change what you do. Yes,
run behind what you have right now, the way it's playing. Like he could actually probably turn.
No, other guy he's talking about too.
I don't know.
I think Jameer Gibbs too.
You put swap Zeke and Barkley. You think the yardage would be reversed? I mean, I don't think so.
I tell you this right here.
What do you mean reversed?
It would be
would Zeke be having a great year and Barkley struggling? That kind of thing. It wouldn't be as dramatic, but I don't think he'd be having a year.
If Zeke would go where Barkley at, Zeke would be having a nice year.
Yeah.
But Barkley's having a great year.
Right.
So if you bring Barkley here, he will make us salvageable. Our offensive line.
You'd have a
and it will
100-yard
force
game or two.
it will force the play caller.
This is all theoretical.
Yeah.
This is all. I know
What
we're
we
talking
at?
about
21 games now. 22 games now. Since the Cowboys had a 100-yard rusher.
Is that what it is?
Oh, we're up. We're in the 20s.
It's hard for yesterday.
years?
You brought up it's hard for us to break a run of past 10 carries, ain't it?
Yeah, twice. Only happened twice this year.
So I mean, Coach McCarthy almost had me laughing. We need to run the ball more and stop the coach. Coach, stop. You hurt yourself. Stop. You feeding Jesse. Don't feed Jesse.
All right, let's take our last break. When we come back, more phone calls. We'll get to more. Make sure your phone works.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hangin with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, Crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry. Even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouthwatering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Hey, Cowboys fans, a 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by Jigsaw, the proud dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
If my boy Chris Bean wouldn't have said what he said off air,
I'll say it on air, too.
No, please don't. Because we'll have to hear that. You know, you may get faced up in the locker room a couple of weeks from now. No, we don't play
From
Buffalo,
who?
do we? We don't play Buffalo, do we?
No, we do
okay,
not.
thank God. We don't need another
And if we
guy.
did, it would be on the road, and he wouldn't do anything anyway. So.
Wow.
You guys
I
want to take
just
a
like
call?
that you joke better than
Yeah, we're taking the call. We're taking the call.
Who we got?
George behind enemy lines in D.C.
George, how do
what's
you
up?
feel
Hey, boys, how y'all doing?
today? We're good.
Hey, Jesse, do you have a little room on that front porch of yours?
Man, come on, sit alongside me, brother. My daddy ain't coming back to get me, so.
I'm going to go back to Specs and pick up a bottle.
Well, yeah, that'll be all for you. But give me a pineapple juice while you're there.
My question is this defense in training camp, they look like world beaters. What the heck happened?
You went at the Rams.
They were
practice.
going against our offense.
You went at the Rams.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
He wasn't at the Rams practice.
Yeah, things got a little real. Appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much for listening and watching the show. Yeah, you know, there's always a little bit of grain of salt when you got to take things when you talk about training camp, and how things go in training camp. And you're seeing it now. It's like, you know, when Coach said, you know, Dalvin Cook is looking really good in practice against that defense. You know what I mean? And when you get in training camp, a lot of times you're kind of seeing the same thing. You're running the same plays and over 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 again. And, you know, Micah was doing Micah things because he was going up against who, you know, I know everybody called him a project. Yeah, okay. Well, he was going up against that. And then Terrence Steele was still out there. And you know, things in Cooper Beebe. So, you know, all these things and what we're seeing now, it shows why. Because they didn't truly have a second option. And while I pushed my agenda, wanting to get Tolbert to be, you know, a bona fide, solidified number two, it didn't quite pan out to be that just yet. But CD, he wasn't there. So, you know, all these things that, you know, how the defense was world beaters, well, look at the offense they were going up against and vice versa. So you got to sometimes just kind of, to use Nate's point, let those first 3 or 4 preseason games happen in the regular season, and that kind of gives you a good gauge of what this football team is.
You were there at camp. What?
I just told a young man before he left, you didn't see the Rams practice. See, they was getting that. It just put me, you know, you ask Nick Hickman. I mean, Nick was so bold at the fence. When I walked up to the fence, he said, man, Nate, I know this practice, man, but look how they running through us. I'm like, you know, but like I tell people, in today's world, you got to write about something. You can't just, well, you got to remember, P.S., it's training camp. You can't write like that. You got to write as though It's reality. And it's that reality at that time.
Damn, that's a good point.
Yeah.
You that right there might have been one of the greatest things you've ever said. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
So this show here being who we are, I was the fellas, we didn't look good that first half of the Rams practice. Whoa, fellas, this second round practice didn't look good. And everybody was talking about Guyton, and I was like, Guyton, his technique is terrible. His technique is terrible.
I kept saying that.
Okay, guess what?
How big of a difference, and I know this is never an excuse, but how big of a difference if you had everybody back? How much, I mean, there's so much wrong. Usually we zero in on one area, like quarterback's not playing good. Okay, why? Because the offensive line, we talk about the offense so much, we don't even talk about how bad the defense has been lately, right? Especially with the run game and everything.
119 to 119.
If you were healthy, I know that doesn't fix the middle, but if you were completely healthy, do you think defense would shave 7 points off a game that they're giving up?
If they was completely healthy, win.
Now, at this point.
I mean, they were healthy against the Saints, right?
They were healthy against the Ravens.
They were healthy against the Ravens.
They would have lost.
I mean, the only one they didn't have at that point in time was Bland. And what they were doing in Baltimore Bland wouldn't have affected that. You know what I mean? Like that, it wasn't like they threw for 400 yards.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. If I see 250 pounds coming at my 180, I might have to make it a business.
I'm gonna get your ankles. I ain't getting you.
I was like, man. Wow.
All right,
Chris. It's a soft rebuild, fellas.
Soft?
Maybe
it's
soft
rebuild.
Should it not be soft? Should they be all hard?
I mean,
hard rebuild.
I mean, whatever you prefer. However you want to get down with that.
Trying to suck some of that cap off,
That's
off
you.
the top
That's
of the,
you, not me.
to make room for more players.
I just
make room for more big black men. Right up your
when
alley,
I was
Shannon.
at training camp and I saw what I saw, I'm saying I'm like, I just this is what I felt coming this season. And I was just hoping that Coach McCarthy could scheme us up or Zim can get these guys going. But, man, one or two more games like what happened, because now you've been beat almost every kind of way. You halftime, you're feeling good, then you just come out and just get wiped. You done got beat almost, except have they had the big play to kill them in the end where they went into the end? We ain't had one of those yet, right?
Nah, the games that we lost, it's been
the kind of
pretty handily.
Yeah, and we don't been in games at halftime. We don't,
What is y'all's take on? I mean, it seems like for the last 3 or 4 or 5 years they've been slow starting.
They better hurry up.
Slow starting the second quarter. Even when they were winning, they weren't. It seemed like it took them a while to get going. But this year they've been outscored 61-19 in the third quarter. They're tied for 30th in average points scored in the third quarter, which is 2.7, and last in average points allowed at 8.7. So is there something going on at halftime? Are they an emotional team?
Trayvon told you. Trayvon told you.
I'm asking you.
I'm telling you, Trayvon told you. So ask me, and go ahead, ask me.
Say that.
Go ahead, no, ask me.
What's happening in the third quarter?
Trayvon told you. The guy who's actually in the locker room.
So that's what you got.
On the field.
So that's what you got from that.
Is that what you got from that? Is that what you got from that?
Which part?
Is that what you got from that?
From what?
Catch on. Is that what you got from that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's what Mike Leslie said.
I said, Michael. That was what Trayvon was saying.
I got you. I got you. You were doing your Trayvon.
Is that what you got from that?
But is that purely coaching and not making adjustments, or is that guys coming out at the half and just, I don't know, whatever? I think the opponents have scored.
I'll say
7
this.
times. I mean,
I'll say this.
What is it? What could it be?
I'll say this for the defense.
Jesse's done for the show.
I'll say this for the
Trayvon
defense.
told y'all.
Is I'm saying this and being as straight serious as I could be. There's no adjustments. When we play a decent tight end and a nice wide receiver and a decent running game, there's no adjustments. There's none. These guys got to line up and do the best they can do.
And you know what? Even about that, what makes it even more difficult is we've heard about, communication and getting lined up and being in the right spot. You're not good enough to be in the wrong spot.
Thank you.
And there comes a point in time. This is it's really a Jimmy's and Joe's league, right? Like the X's and O's accentuate those, but it's really a Jimmy and Joe's league. So when you're not exceptionally good at the Jimmy's and Joe's part, the only chance that you have is to be almost perfect in being where you're supposed to be. And then from there, we'll say, well, we can win a couple of those battles. May not win them all. But when you aren't talented enough and you aren't lined up in the right place or doing the right assignment, you get your doors blown off. Because you're not good enough. And this is not a shot at him, but when you hear about Micah sometimes and he does this YOLO thing, right? But Micah is good enough to go YOLO and still make the play, right? Hey, Micah, don't go inside, right? You got to keep outside containment. All right, coach. And he goes inside, but his God-given ability says I can go inside, abandon my assignment, and go get the sack. If one of these other dudes who aren't close to his talent ability, hey, Joe Blow, you got outside containment, man. Okay, coach. And he goes inside. Not only does he lose containment, but the guy that he going up against going to grab him and knock him into the defensive tackle. So now I done took you out your spot, and now the the running back got to run through is this big. And now you're asking guys again who are least talented behind you to make up the gap, and you don't have a guy. You don't have Micahs all across the field, so your linebackers are just players. Your defensive line are just players. Your offensive line are just players. And if you can't line up and do the right thing, you're not good enough in the Jimmy's and Joe's part to overcome those things and still make a play. You got one or two of those. You got CD, who we watch CD, right? He'll take a 5-yard out route, make one dude miss, touchdown.
Yeah.
Then you got Kavontae Turpin, who, for all intents and purposes, that should be a catch. But you're not that guy. Mm-hmm. And this is no knock on him, right? Because he has a part in this league, but you're not that guy. See, that guy takes that play and makes it. And now the outcome of the game may be different.
Yeah.
Right? That's the difference. And you don't have enough of those dudes to overcome the inability to play design, play call, right? And actually line up and execute it.
That was my hope when these guys got injured, when Micah and Lawrence got injured, but these other guys would understand that they're not that guy. So they have to stay in their lane, gaps, do the technically sound stuff right, but they're not.
That's why the Mike's got to go.
So we have how many sacks since Micah has been down in these last few games? How many sacks have we accumulated? The thing that's so amazing about this right here is it's one-dimensional. Jesse said it repeatedly. I've said it repeatedly. I kind of got emotional the last show. I misheard what Shannon said about pressure because I done blocked that out. We have no pass rush because we cannot stop the run. So I blocked it out, but then you see a coach say, just watch me in the second half. I messed up. Jesse, I hear you. I don't need to be a head coach or a coordinator if I don't run this ball. So he just came out and ran the ball in the second half and just blew our doors off. And we did not run the ball in the second half to stay close enough or to take the air out of the ball or to even help your defense. Everything we do is predicated on our defense because we have no defense. So now that's why the coach is panicking, trying to throw the ball, trying to get a big play here, a big chunk there, because we have no defense. I don't care what you do. They had an 8-man front. I'm thinking, okay. I'm thinking what you saying, the numbers. Donovan walked up. They spread out. Here's 13. Here's 50. And they all spread out. Kill. Number 6. And they just ran that tight end 2 or 3 times. No pass rush. None whatsoever. He killed us, man. We have to stop something. Be it the run or be or be it the Pack. We have to stop something. Because if it's always going to be a two-way goal, we're not going to win. It's a two-way goal every time. No matter what our defense do, it seems like the other team is better physically and adjustment-wise, no matter what we do.
All right. That's it, fellas. Tomorrow.
Atlanta's defense?
Yeah. Let's do Cowboys offense, Atlanta's defense.
Cowboys what?
Offense. Good seeing you. Good seeing you. How about, okay, you can rephrase that? Dak and CD show tomorrow.
Dak, CD, and them.
Yeah.
These what?
Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air. Josh, Jasmine, thanks for keeping him company. We'll be back tomorrow.
Jasmine. You called her Jasmine.
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 Hey, I don't think I've ever call her Jasmine.
Yeah.
Probably not. Maybe not.
Maybe. Right. Jasmine.
You're the littlest 50-year-old I know, man.
Littlest?
Yeah.
You think when people get to 50, they just die if they're under a certain height?
You the little, but you just a little. I was telling Jen, like, this dude is the littlest 50-year-old I know, man.
I don't even know what that means. All right, see you tomorrow. Hang with the boys. We'll figure out what that means. Hang with the boys.
We out.
Your head pretty big, though.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!